Good morning, students. Let's start today's topic with a beautiful thought. जीत और हार आपकी सोच पर निर्भर करती है। मान लो तो हार होगी और ठान लो तो जीत होगी। अर्थात हमारा ध्यान अपने लक्ष्य पर होना चाहिए और उसी को पाने के लिए हमें निरंतर प्रयास करते रहना चाहिए। Now starts with today's topic, database concepts. As you know, the database is a collection of interrelated data, and it is basically a computer based record keeping system. This topic you have already studied in class 11th, but the similar topic will come in your board examination also. So it's very important for you. And the purpose of database, you know that in manual data there are so many problems that we can remove with the help of database. Like in manual system, suppose a student record has been maintained in the class teacher register as well as in school records, and there is a change of address, then it may be possible that the class teacher will change the address, and it will not change in the school record. So if a letter is sent from the school authority, then it may be not reach at the proper place. So there are so many other issues. So first of all, the database will reduce the data redundancy. That means duplicacy of data, means data will be stored at one place and that will be accessed by everyone. So redundancy can be removed. Then it will control data inconsistency. Inconsistency means the uniqueness of data, that is very important. And then it facilitates sharing. Sharing means the data is stored in one place and every department will share the data. Suppose physics, chemistry or biology department needs a data of a student, so it can be shared from the server. Moreover, if there is any change in the system, suppose like fee structure, some fee has been increased by 100 rupees, so it will be done at one place and that will be uh, dis- display everywhere. And it is also ensure the data security. Data security means, suppose in bank I will see only my record, but a bank clerk can see the record, but he cannot he cannot transact anything till a manager will approve. Similarly, manager or cashier will have the power to approve the things, but with the request of customer. So security can be enforced with the help of database. And similarly, integrity means the data will be stored at unified place and the distinct value for each and every particular. So this is the importance, this is the advantages of using database. Then the next topic is database abstraction. Abstraction, as you know, that it is the act of doing, means the things which like only essential features has been displayed and rest of the things are hidden from outside the world. That is called database abstraction. And there are basically three levels of database implementation of abstraction: internal level or physical level, conceptual level, and external or view level. It will show this is the level structure. The lowest level is physical level, then conceptual level, and then the view level. Physical level means it describes how the data is actually stored in the storage medium. Then the conceptual level, it will describe what data is actually stored. What data means what is the means what field has been in the table, that is like roll number, name and all. And then the view level, or it is also called external level, means how data is viewed by the individual user. As I've told you that in case of bank, suppose my view is different, clerk view is different, and similarly the manager view is different. So it will means how data is viewed by the individual user, that is done with the help of view level. So there are three basic views. Then the data independence. Data independence is the ability to modify a scheme definition in one level without affecting a scheme definition in the next higher level is called data independence. As you know, there are three levels, and the data independence is the ability to modify a scheme definition at one level without affecting the scheme definition at next higher level. So here it is physical level, and the next higher level is what? Conceptual level. And similarly, conceptual level, there is a next higher level is view level or external level. So there are two kinds of data independence: physical data independence and logical data independence. In physical data independence, once we are changing anything in physical level, it will not affect the conceptual or logical level. And in logical data independence, there is a change in logical level or conceptual level, and it will not affect the view level. That is the different thing. That is the, like, there are two kinds of data independence. Then data models. In this there are basically three data models: relational data models, network data model, and hierarchical data model. But the relational data model is important for you, so that we have to do. In the relational data model, data is arranged in the form of tables, that is in rows and columns, and this table is called what? A relation. There are certain concept that you have to study in it. The relational data model terminologies, that is very important. First is what? A relation. A table is called relation. Suppose this is the table here, this is the table, suppose this is supplier table, so it is called a relation. Then tuple, a row in a table is called tuple. Suppose this is a row, this is called what? Tuple. And columns in the tables are called attributes. Then the degree, number of columns in a table is called its degree. In this table there are 4 columns, 1 2 3 4, so the degree is 4. And similarly the cardinality, the number of rows in the table is called its cardinality. Then the rows are 1 2 3 4 and 5, so the cardinality is 5 here. So this is the terminology with a relational data model. And one more thing is what? Domain. Domain is a pool of value from which all the values of a given column can be drawn. That is important thing. So these are the some definitions, and you have to write down in your copy also. These all definitions are very important, that I have told you earlier also. So you have to put it down in your copy. Then keys. Key is what? As you know, key is like a specific column which will satisfy or which will do some specific work. And there are certain kinds of keys: primary key, candidate key, alternate key, and foreign key. First of all, primary key. It is a single attribute or set of attribute which can uniquely identify tuples within a relation. And in a table there is only one primary key. It's very important. there may be certain columns that can be act as a primary key, but on those columns in those columns there is only one column which can be treated as a primary key. It depends when you are creating a table. Then candidate key, all attribute combinations inside a relation that can serve as a primary key are called candidate key. Then alternate key, a candidate key which is not a primary key is called an alternate key. Suppose there are four columns and suppose roll number and name will act as a can be used as a primary key, and I have made roll number as a primary key, then the name is an alternate key. Then the foreign key, a non-key attribute whose values are derived from the primary key of some other table is known as foreign key in its current table, which is very important. And as you know, these keys are very important, and everything is done with the help of this key. And in almost all CBSE questions, all CBSE papers, these keys can be asked. So be careful, and very important thing is there in this key. And so here suppose mm, suppose in this you see RTNO and transporter, there are two columns, and here is RTNO is unique for everything. So this can be work as a primary key, but no column which have the unique value. If the column doesn't have a unique value, it will not treated as a primary key. So it may be as a candidate key also, a candidate key as well as primary key. So there is more than one, maybe it may be more than one column which can be treated as a primary candidate key, and in those candidate keys there is only one column which can be treated as a primary key. It's very important. So, and the concept of foreign key comes when we want to take values from more than one table. So that I will show you an example in this. Suppose here there are two tables, and if I want to take values from this table as well as this table, then the concept of primary key will foreign key will come. So let's end with today's topic, uh, and I will tell you, I will show you how foreign key will work mm, in the next class. Thank you.